Hey guys, it's Carrie the Paper Monkey. How are y'all doing today? I am doing excellent actually, because my friend Teresa, she and I had a pact that we would hold each other accountable to finish our cookbook journals. Now, I only committed to doing one. Teresa was doing two, and I think she's finished with hers. And I have been putting mine off and putting mine off and putting mine off. As a matter of fact, I did my first live craft and chat with Angela the Traveling Crafter many weeks ago. And this is what I was working on. And then I just put it aside. You know how sometimes you just have a project and you just not feeling it, just put it aside, whatever. Well, I said, you know what? It's time, it's past time, and Teresa kept lovingly asking about this journal. And so, Teresa, this one's for you. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And if y'all are coming back, thank y'all so much for coming back. Let's flip through this thing. This one was definitely a learning curve for the Paper Monkey, no doubt about it. But you know what I always say? If the Paper Monkey can do it, anybody can do this. I promise you. I actually started this journal out as it was going to have a spine. And it got to the point where it was frustrating me. And my philosophy is, when this stops being fun, I'm going to stop doing it. And I didn't want to stop doing it. I wanted to continue to do this journal. I wanted to finish this journal. So I said, you know what? There are so many different ways and so little rules, if any at all, in junk journaling, that I'm going to cut the spine off and I'm going to start over. And that's exactly what I did. It was around the time that I came across Carla Frizzell. And she's not the only person that does this, but I saw how she made her own washi tape with fabric. And so that's what this is. So that was my workaround. I love the book. The book itself is absolutely adorable. I was so glad to have come across it too. So let's get into this. I put the book corners, the metal book corners on it. Now it's big. Let me do my Hazel Anaka impression. She's so good at that. Hazel is so good at that. About 10 1/4, a little over 10 1/4. To about 8 3/4. About that. 8 3/4 by 10 1/4. So if we open it up, it's got 3 rings. I'm glad I did 3 because of the size. Typically, or what I'm going to start doing from here on out on my little golden books, and that size and smaller, would be 2 rings. If I choose to do a ring bound type binder or journal, that's what I'll do. Now, this is a Paperline, golly, now you see, I forget the name of the company. I always do that when I get on camera. And you know when I remember what I forgot on camera? Whenever I'm trying to go to sleep. Yes, that's what happens to my brain. It keeps me awake for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour remembering the name of these things. Then I go through this whole deal in my mind about, oh my God, why didn't you do that? Your video's gonna suck, blah, 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 blah. Do that to myself all the time. And I need to stop doing it because I know you guys are here for this look, what we actually produce. So let's get back at it. So you can see here, I'm gonna bring you in and out as much as I can because this journal is it's kind of a bigger size. So I wanna make sure and keep it all in screen. But you see, I made a little tuck here, just out of some scrap paper. And I glued some buttons on, just did a little layering effect. And this was out of a little ephemera pack that I've had forever. I actually think I got it at Tuesday morning. This is a scrap sheet of paper that I just cut off. Angela the Traveling Crafter sent me a journal, a ledger, and that was part of a scrap. So I said, you know what, I like the color. I'm keeping it, and I'm gonna stick it in there. And then these images are out. I love this image. Love, 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 love these images. These are out of I don't think this is a home edit book, but it's something like that. And I wanted to mix the old with the new. And then I just took some of that, a scrap piece of that fabric washi and some Ric Rac. I'm obsessed with Ric Rac. Sierra at Cooley Craft Corner, she and we're obsessed with Ric Rac. I want Ric Rac in every color now. In fact, Hazel Anaka just did a video on Ric Rac. I'm gonna link that video. So you guys, if you love Ric Rac like me, go watch Hazel's video. She had it was a good video on Ric Rac. This is a part of that same paper line. And I just did Meg at Chasing Retro's Franken paper. And again, I'm sure other people do it. Meg was the first person that I saw do it. I've seen Carla Frizzell do it. I've seen Carol at A Crinkle Path do it. I've seen several people do it, but I love it. I'm fascinated with it. And then I just, at the tail end of this, just had a scrap piece of coffee dyed paper. And I said, you know what? Journal spot. Because I didn't want to cover this image with anything. And I did sew most of the pages. Most of the pages have a stitch element on them. I did not want to cover this at all because it's all the little testers. Love that. This is out of one of the many cookbooks that I have cultivated over the past several months. But this is a great paper. It's matte and it's very heavyweight. And then I just did that little element. In fact, this afternoon, one of the projects I'm going to work on is going to be with some fabric. I've been missing my fabric. Love my fabric. Here's another little fabric flip. And I just recently learned how to do this with paper clips. No charm on it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Look how terrible my hands look. It's because I just basically finished this book and I have glue still stuck on my hands. But no, I just learned how to do that. And I have some charms and stuff, so I may add a charm to that later. This is some Braille paper that Carol at A Crinkle Path sent me. Thank you, Carol. I have never come across any in the wild, and I appreciate that. A lot of fabric elements in this book. A lot of fabric elements, just because I love them. Don't ask me how I even know anything about fabric. I have never sewn anything. In fact, I have a pair of pants that I need to hem. I'm going to try, but y'all, I know I'm going to ruin them. I know I'm going to ruin them. But look at this little image, how cute. Baking the bread. And oh, this was one of my favorites. This was out of a, I think this was actually out of a book that Meg at Chasing Retro had sent me. But it's a vintage book, and I just love the ad. The grapefruit diet. I remember that. I remember my mom doing the grapefruit diet. I don't know if it worked or not, but here's another little tuck spot with that's that line of paper. And then this, I just recently made this. Love this little girl image. Yeah, love this. And this is a file folder. I mean, that's all that is, just cut up file folder. And then these images. Isn't that great? Just so easy. So, in fact, I need probably something taller in that, but that's okay. We'll get something else. Here's a recipe for Creole squash. And then I made a little fabric pocket for that. And, oh, I doubled those. That's why it's so thick. Just a little index card for in here. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite images. Carol at A Crinkle Path had sent me this book, these images, or these pages from a magazine, vintage magazine, and I absolutely love her. Just love her. And then I just added this little element. I should have left it as a tuck, but I glued it all the way down. I mean, it's okay. I like it, just some interest on the page. And then I just put a little fabric piece down here for some interest. Another fabric piece here, just glued on. And then that is that same line of paper. And then some little chef's hats for some journaling space. Same thing, same line of paper. Let me see if I can tell you what the name of it is, because now it's going to bug me. Country Kitchen Collection from Cartabella. That's what it is. Country Kitchen Collection. Fabulous paper. Absolutely fabulous paper. This is a file folder. That's it, guys. Just a file folder. I could have stamped on it and stuff, but I wanted to just leave it like that. And then this is that Cartabella paper, just a little tuck. And this is the actual page that I just sewed the end of it. This one was a little different. These are some type of, they came out of a drawer that it was it's like you keep microfiche in these things, is kind of what it is. And so I just took them apart because it has a plastic cover to it and all that. I took them apart, and I just love the paper, and I love the indentions in it and the cutouts. So I just did a little flip on that because I didn't want to cover this up. I thought it was a pretty image. Yeah. And then here we go on this. This is just a little pocket that I made out of a file folder, yellow file folder, and I made these the other day. I think I showed these on camera, actually, out of some old packaging, out of packaging, Pioneer Woman packaging, actually. Here's that other part of that file folder. I just left it blank. And then another one of those paper clips that I turned. Here's another little tuck spot with just a piece of ephemera that I had in one of those I love these. And I've not found any in the wild, but they are on my list to find. I love them. I got them in Happy Mail, and I'm so appreciative for getting those. And then I just took a book page, guys. It's actually part of this cookbook. It was a scrap piece, and I just did a stitch around it. And then just did some washi on, look, I don't have you in frame, washi on the end of that. And the other side, because it's a wraparound. This whole piece is a wraparound. So, and then I just tuck some of that, some offcuts of that paper line. Yeah. And then I did the Carla Frizell method of using these plastic sleeves, and just, because look, these are two separate pieces. So this is a card and this is a card. I just thought it was kind of cool just to have a visual image. I could do them opposite too. I could do them like this. And of course, there we go, like that. And then that way, that side's like that. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I could do that. And then this is from the Home Edit book. Love that. I wish my pantry looked like that. It does not. And my spices do not look like that. And then this big bingo card. I love the colors in this bingo card. So 70s. Sierra at Cooley Craft Corner made this apron for me, and I just added this. This is from that paper line also. And then that is also just a little tuck. And then this was part of the Dollar Tree paper pack. Just some of that paper. just a little embellishment, This is a placemat that came from Dolores J. Rush. I loved it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. And then I just made it the center. Did a fabric pocket with some tall tags. Again, just some images, some kitchen related images that I just fell in love with. And then a Richard Scarry book. And this one was falling apart, and I had to back this actual paper because it was crumbling. This is pretty old. This is the ABC book that I had gotten, and I think this was from the 40s. Anyway, the paper, it was in pretty bad shape. So I was able to salvage this page, and then I made a tall tag. I'm not crazy about this tag, I'll tell you that, but I'm gonna leave it like it is. Not crazy about it though. Did another fabric element there. Love this. Absolutely love that. Didn't do anything to this page. Kind of wish I would have. And I may go back and do something. We'll see. Just an interesting piece of that Dollar Tree paper pack. And the feel of it is like, it's almost velvety. You know, it's like an embossed type velvet. It's really neat. I like that. Another kind of plain page. But here, I did one of those Joey Diffie pockets and just added some fabric elements to the tags that I used. Now this is just one of those. I just got this in a haul. I don't know if that haul has come out yet or not, but just a little checklist. And so tuck that in there with your little fabric element. And then these cards. I just found these not that long ago, and I think they're adorable. I didn't do the back. I didn't put different cards in the back here. Just did them like that on that side. This is from one of my big coloring books. You know, I love those coloring books. All I did was, because the page was so big, I folded it in half. It gave it a little bit more weight, and I made it a tag. That's it. Yeah. Just loved it. Buttons and flowers. And then this was these were napkins, actually napkins that I got at a thrift store. This is one of those smaller Joey Diffie tags. Pockets. And I did a fabric element here, so you could take it and do like a hidden journal spot if you wanted to. And then one of these index cards with my little images that I love. Dollar Tree paper pack. Now, I did this on purpose. I tore the bottom. It was actually hanging over. The page was longer than the other pages, so I just tore it. I don't know if I'm crazy about it or not. I may change that. Or what I was thinking about doing, I was actually thinking about taking a piece of fabric, like I'm just going to use this as an example, and sewing to the bottom of it just to make it that length. But I already have this here. So I don't know. I may take lace. I might take a piece of lace and do it. You guys tell me what you think. You think lace would be better there than fabric? Let's see. Like something like this maybe. I might do that. Anywho, got a fabric element here. Let me move this. Fabric element here that I love this. I love the randomness of this. I'm going to do this more often. And then this little belly band. And then these little recipe cards. Like this. Love that. See the randomness? I'm just loving this a lot more. I am teaching myself to do that because, you know, I gotta have everything uniformed, but I don't like it when I purposefully do that. I like this. Whenever I let my creative spirit just go, I rather this. I'm just such a control freak, I think. I found these in in a recipe box that I bought at a thrift store. So I decided to stick those in there. This is part of a file folder type index card. Just some random, I don't know where I got that. I'd probably at a thrift store if I had to guess though, but I like the look of it. And then these were pages out of a small book from the Dollar Tree. And I just backed them with coffee dyed paper. This is another one of those recipe cards, but I just did it as a tip in. Loved it. Mayonnaise cake. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Never had it. Don't know how that would be. Not sure about that. Then these are some lead pages from a cookbook that I just absolutely loved the images on this. And they were perfect journaling pages. Perfect. You're going to see a few more of those in here. Did not do anything to this page because I loved all of it. Just wanted to leave it. Did this little sample card. This was a Pam Van E video. I'll link her video so you can see it. I love this. This was a fun project and I want to make more of those for my stash. This was a recent book that I just found, and I absolutely love the image and sewed it to the top so it becomes this little flip in, or I'm sorry, tip in. And then that with just the edge of the actual card paper pack. And then this is a file folder. Ric Rac. Aren't you in love with Ric Rac? I am. And just love this whole, this is like my favorite so far. And then didn't do anything on this side, nothing at all. Not sure that I will. If I did anything, it would probably be some type of fabric element, but I'm not sure that I will. Love, 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 love this image from one of my embroidery books or crochet books. And then just a sticker from the sticker pad in this paper pack. Loved it. Okay, now, so as you can see, the doily. And then I pulled this page from the Granny Chic book. I loved it. And then I just made this little tag. Just a little tag element like that. And of course, you know, I wouldn't have a book without having some type of little golden book reference in it. So got this, and then the page edges Ric Rac. And then I did some fabric elements. And also here on the other side, did a little hidden fabric element. Oh, look, I was gonna, okay. I was gonna do something with that. And I think I was gonna do this actually. Oh, I may do that. Shoot. I think that's what I meant to do. Whew, okay. That's what I'm going to do. Just got these beads the other day at a thrift store. It was a bracelet, actually, and it was 79 cents, and they're all different. There's black and white stripe, black and white polka dot, solid black. There's several different type of black and whites, and I just thought they were fun. So I said, let me just do that. I have to remember to put that in. And then just another image from one of the many books that I have. And this is the other part of it on a file folder. And here is another Granny Chic page. I'll have to remember to do something with that. Let me put that off to the side. And then these are the bags that I embossed the other day. And here are more of those lead pages from the cookbook that I just fell in love with, all those, the coloring and that image. Loved it. Loved it. I hope y'all are doing good today. This is the kind of the middle, and I didn't want to do anything with these because I loved them. Now, I did do this on this side though. This is a coffee dyed paper lined with Ric Rac. This is part of the paper pack. This is part of the paper pack. And then it became a tip in with that. So I did do that. Yeah, today is Saturday. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's that other side of that image. Isn't that lovely? I'm trying to think. I've been in my craft room all day, and I've just appreciated it a whole lot. Some more a fabric element on, isn't she sweet? I love all these images. I don't have this book, Fix It Please, the little golden book. I don't have that one. And then you can see the Ric Rac. I'm running low on Ric Rac too. I need to go invest in some. I did this. This is one of those ledger pages that I got from Angela. Thank you, Angela. And just did a little tip in like that. Just, I like that coloring. Let's see. From the Granny Chic book, dish towels. Aren't they lovely? Just love them. And just did another little tip in. This is some Franken paper. And I've had these paper clips forever and just stuck some of these little stickers came from the paper pack, but just did a little Franken paper there. And yeah, connect it like that. And then this is another little tip in. And as you can see, just did a little sticker from the sticker pack and a little fabric element. Loved her. I had these bangs. Look at those bangs, y'all. You know, if you didn't have those bangs, oh my God, did I have those? I probably had those bangs more than once in my life too, I'm sure. Poor thing. But look, she's happy. She's in the kitchen with Mama. She's happy. This is a big book, huh, y'all? So did this little Franken paper and just some stickers that I had. Another one of those kind of flip out things, tip in with a fabric element. And then this is, this element right here came from one of my subscribers, Allison. Thank you so much for sending that. Look how perfect it is in here. And then a little rolling pin. I absolutely love that. And then this image, I love this image. Love, 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 love. And then that's the back side of it. And I just paper clipped in a envelope that I made with some recipe cards in it with granny writing. And then I sewed in, this is the whole piece of the ledger paper that Angela sent. Thank you, Angela. Because I didn't want to cover this up. It's kind of strange looking, but I just thought, oh, it's kind of a cool image. And I thought it went with it. Now, this came from, again, I'll remember when I go to bed. Oh, How to Be a Wildflower. How to Be a Wildflower is full of pages like this. The book is outstanding. It's by Katie Daisy. Go look it up. You won't regret it. If you're into this kind of stuff, that is you must have that. Absolutely. Part of the paper pack, but it is a little tuck spot here too. And then a tuck spot here. And then I made these little envelopes, and they have little ephemera inside those. Another one of those fabric sample cards, paper clipped on. Another page from the from that book with a ledger page tucked inside. And then a fabric element on my little golden book, and another fabric element tucked in. And this is some vintage ephemera. Look at this, y'all. This was all in a 1940s cookbook that one of my daughter's friends gave me. And I absolutely, I wanted to use it. Just lovely. I know I'm going a little long, but thank you guys. Lose 10 pounds in 4 days. I made sure to stick that in there because you know none of that's true. It doesn't happen. And then, oh, look at the recipe, monkey bread from Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda made some monkey bread, and then some tucked in ephemera in there. Love this image with a fabric element here, and another fabric element here, and then the big card. Put a big card with a little fabric element, and then this side tuck. Oh, sorry. No, this is the collage. That's right. I did collage all over this page with some vintage ephemera. All of this is vintage. It came out of that book that my daughter's friend gave me. I was so happy for that. And then I have to move this over so you can see this little, I cut him out. And then she's from the paper pack. And then this is just another little journaling card that has just a fabric element on the top. But it was so cute like that. from that Home Edic book and fabric washi. The other side of that. And then this is vintage ephemera. And I just made a little tuck spot there. And a fabric element. And then just some graph paper and index and part of the paper pack. All on a coffee dyed piece of paper with a fabric element. I left this. I love this paper. This scene, right? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But then I found this in the Wildflower book. And I loved it. I was like, oh, I have to use that. And then this is another type of page sleeve that I just found in the last few days. And I absolutely loved this. Stuck some ephemera in there. And then that's it, guys. That's the last of it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I just thank you so much, Teresa, for keeping me accountable. I appreciate you more than you know. I am glad that this one is finished. I am looking forward. I'm not sure what my next project's going to be. I've been thinking about it, but I think, like I said, I think this afternoon what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with some fabric this afternoon. That kind of, I think that kind of cleanses the palette when I do the fabric clusters or paper clusters, those kind of things. Just kind of, and then I might start fresh tomorrow. So I will definitely keep y'all posted on what's coming up next for me. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I hope that whatever it is you get to do today or this weekend, at least part of it is as much fun as I have had doing this book. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great day. We'll chat soon. Bye.